Well, everybody, Manchester United beat Burnley in what should have been a very convincing win, but again, we got it through the typical Manchester United way, the hard way. Right at the end, Bruno Fernandes slots in a 90 or the 95th minute penalty after a very controversial VAR decision, but it was a game in which Manchester United should have won. We dominated all the stats. I think we had a very good performance. And listen, we get our first win of the season, 3 Premier League games in. We score goals, and again, listen, it wasn't true. It should have never been 3-2. And the goals we conceded were very sloppy. But let's talk about Bruno Fernandes. I mean, a great penalty to win at the end. Keeper goes the right way, and again just slots it into the corner. Again, it's a clear penalty on Ahmad. I think we should have had another penalty. I know that Mason Mount one's pretty controversial, but I thought personally that was a penalty. Ultimately, Ruben Emery will be happy with this. I mean, you couldn't watch the Bruno Fernandes penalty, but neither could I. It was a top way to end the game for Manchester United, and hopefully now we can forget what happened against Grimsby and kind of move on. Burnley, this was a very good win. Normally Burnley are very tough for Manchester United, but that first half in particular was very good. The fact that we only got, what was it, 1 goal out of that was quite disappointing, because I think we could have had easily 2-3 more. I mean, in Mbuemo, let's talk about him. He was absolutely fantastic in that game. He scored a good goal, a very smart goal as well. Normally he would have just ran across, but he decided to wait back, and he scored a wicked goal. I thought he started off the game fantastically well. I thought him and Ahmad's relationship as well, you can see it starting to develop. Obviously the goal that we score comes from a set piece. It's an own goal, but again, I think it was I can't remember who it was, kind of on the end of it, but again was very good. I thought Amara made some interesting decisions though today. I think taken when Cunha came off, which again, hopefully is not a big injury for Cunha. It looked like a hamstring injury. You can just tell straight away. When he did take off Cunha, I didn't expect Xerxes to come on. I thought he would have went for Sesko, but then when Sesko came on, he had a decent game as well. But all in all, I think it was a very good, solid display. You look at where the goals come from. It was Binder flapping again. It comes from a long throw in, just very sloppy. Like, listen, we've got to win today, but this doesn't take away the fact that we still need a goalkeeper, we still need a midfielder, but the goalkeeper's the main one for me. I mean, that goalkeeping performance, again, it was only in the first half. Luckily, we didn't have to notice, and we didn't have to see anything for Binder, because Burnley just couldn't have any shots on target, and they didn't really get into the game as much. But when he is called upon, he had one good claim from a corner. But when you need them to flapping about, you look at the goal, the scrambling, like, it's just no good from your goalkeeper. And the other goal we concede again from Jadon Anthony, and it's just not a good goal either. I mean, it's just very sloppy defensively for Manchester United. If I try and remember the Jadon Anthony goal, it's very sloppy. But listen, United did well. I think to come off the way that we sort of did, in terms of we bounced back from that first Burnley goal. But when are United going to be able to just consistently keep a lead? I mean, it was what, 2, we were up twice and we still couldn't keep onto the game. But all in all, I'm going to be positive. We just need a goalkeeper. I've seen a lot of people say that. But yeah, let's see what happens there. I just want to see the goal. Brian Mbuemo again. He had a very good performance. 3 shots, 5 chances created, everything in quality that he did, and he, for me, was clearly the man of the match in that game. I thought defensively we did well though. I think the back three that Amorim continues to go with, Shaw, Yoro and Delit, they're doing very well at the moment. Very sharp defensively. Obviously Maswari came back, which again was very good. Nice to see him in action, because it was I thought he had a decent game when he came on. Dallo, I thought today, I expected a bit more from him, but again, the fact that he lasted 90 minutes at left wing back is very poor. We know we can't have him there. And listen, he had Dorgu. Maybe Dorgu was carrying an injury. On Mason Mount, I thought the front three looked very fluid. Cunha and Mbuemo were out for the time they were on the pitch, but obviously Mbuemo stayed on. Cunha went off, and so did Mount. But listen, the fluidity was there. But first off, we were dominant, but I thought throughout the game we were consistently dominant. The high press was there. We started off well. There were chances for us to score goals, and again, it would have been another Fulham if we didn't win this game. Like, so many chances created, but we just couldn't get a win. And it's great to get the first win of the season. Burnley now, that's 2 defeats for them, but all in all, very, very happy with the Manchester United performance. I think Amorim will be over the moon with that performance, and a lot of individual performances as well. That I thought did very well, as well as being collective as a team. It was very, very impressive, and I think Amorim should be happy with that. I thought defensively sharp in midfield. Again, I thought Casemiro was alright. I think what was interesting, obviously we've all seen Amorim say that Kobbie Mainoo and Bruno are competing for a position, but what was interesting, obviously Mainoo and Bruno on the pitch together. I think now with Cunha being out, you will see more of that. I think you'll have Bruno and Bruno and Mbuemo as your front two. But again, hopefully that injury isn't serious. We obviously have the international break now. So yeah, but listen, I thought Sesko, when he came on, we got the ball into the box, good for him. Twice he had that one leaping header and the one from below. So we did have chances there. Obviously, I thought we looked way more sharper from set pieces. Ahmad looked very, very sharp today in terms of his goal. Sorry, not his goal, but his involvement in the penalty, which was obviously very, very key. But also, he had that one volley from the edge of the box, which again, something United were working on, you can tell, because Bruno did it and Diallo done it as well. So, yeah, they did that fantastically well. And we just looked so much better than we did against Grimsby, and that's something Amorim need. Look at the stats, 26 shots to their 6 on target to their 3, 63% possession, way more passes, pass accuracy. Like, we were the dominant side. And yeah, I think Manchester United deservedly come away with the wins. Listen, I still think we need a goalkeeper. I think Bayern just doesn't fill anyone with confidence, but the fact that we got the winner, it's very, very happy. And Mbuemo, Xerxes, Bruno, the whole team did very, very well, and I think it was a top performance by a team. Listen, Burnley, I thought they would have done better, to be honest. Thought we were dominant in possession, in and out possession. We did very, very well. So yeah, failing to take our chances again, but yeah, obviously what Ruben Amorim said, he said his players spoke out loud against Grimsby. That was a fairly vocal response. That's what I'm just reading something from Laurie Whitwell, but yeah, I thought we did very, very well. Obviously, there's some good elements there. We've obviously had a few more days of training, but it just shows a lot of things can change. And we need this consistency coming back off the international break. It's going to be a very tough game coming back against Man City. But again, I thought United started off the game very well, and it was just a response that we needed. The toughest thing now is going to be keeping this up, and I think one thing that we did see was that collective unit. I think you can see Ahmad and Mbuemo, I think they were very good. I thought Shaw defensively, De Ligt, Yoro as well, very, very good. And it was a whole good team performance by Manchester United, and I think you have to give Ruben Amorim credit there. Again, it would have been very frustrating if we didn't get a win, but it's a huge win for Amorim. Bruno, obviously, with the pressure penalty to take, which he took very, very well, but we have to move now. We have to keep this up. We have Arsenal coming up, but yeah, 3-2, 3 goals scored. I mean, we conceded 2, but again, the goals that we scored still, I don't think will give us a positive goal difference, but it was a good goal by Mbuemo, great bit of play by Diallo, cut back, very, very good. I thought he had an up and down game. Obviously, the goal comes from a corner, or set piece. I think it was a free kick just by the corner spot, and then you have the Bruno last minute penalty. It's a very nervy penalty considering he missed his last one, but he took it very, very well. So all in all, happy with the win. I think some good positives there that we learned, and we need to continue going into this game. I thought again there were some warning signs again, but all in all, Mbuemo, Cunha, Xerxes, Sesko, when they came on, did very, very well, and we have to move now. Big 2 weeks. We'll be keeping you up to date with all the content. We obviously have Man City coming up in just over 2 weeks, so yeah, big game. But international break for now. We go into the international break with 1 win, 1 draw, 1 loss, and obviously out of the Carabao Cup, but we have to come back better from this, and hopefully Matheus Cunha's injury is not too serious. Hopefully we'll find out a bit more about Ruben Amorim, and we'll talk about that when it does come out.